University Challenge. Asking the questions, Jeremy Paxman.
Hello. Tonight we take another step down the long and winding road that leads to the semi-finals of this competition. Last time we saw Magdalen College, Cambridge win the first of the two quarter-final victories our serpentine rules require of the 8 teams still standing. Tonight's winners will find themselves in the same position, but the losers will have to play again and win in order to remain in the contest. Now, the team from Balliol College, Oxford, beat Clare College, Cambridge by 150 to 135 in their first round match, and another Cambridge College, St John's, in the second. That match turned out to be a right old ding-dong after their opponents finally woke up and gave them the match they deserved. But in the final minutes, questions on flightless birds, sodium bicarbonate and wasabi put them on 200 to St John's 155. With an average age of 26, let's meet the Balliol team again.
G'day, I'm Ben. I'm from Perth in Western Australia, and I recently completed a master's degree in law.
Hi, I'm Selene. I'm originally from Bath and I'm studying classics.
This is their captain.
Hello, I'm Michael from Blackheath in London. I've just finished a degree in philosophy and politics. I'm just about to start a graduate degree in philosophy, also at Balliol.
Hi, I'm Lily from Leamington Spa in Warwickshire and I'm reading for a DPhil in history.
Now, the team from King's College London beat the University of York by 170 points to 100 in round one. They then met Glasgow University in the second round and during a rather characterful match proved stronger than their opponents on fossils and the FA Cup, ending with 175 points to Glasgow's 90. With an average age of 23, let's meet the King's College team again.
Hi, I'm Simon from Wallington in South London and I'm studying for a PhD in cardiovascular science.
Hi, I'm Louis. I'm from England and New England and I'm studying politics, philosophy and law.
This is their captain.
Hi, I'm Sam. I'm from the eastern extremity of Somerset and I'm just finishing my degree in war studies and history.
Hello, I'm Grace. I'm from Bournemouth on the south coast and I'm reading medicine.
OK, you all know the rules, so let's just get on with it. Fingers on the buzzers. And your first starter for 10. What is the first word of all of the following poems? Edward Thomas's Lights Out, Browning's Two in the Campagna, Hardy's The Darkling Thrush, Michael Rosen's Chocolate Cake, W.B. Yeats's The Lake Isle of Innisfree, and Wordsworth's Daffodils.
Balliol O'Connor.
I
is correct, yes. So you get a set of bonuses. They're on world cultures. What Jewish holiday does the Bible term the Sabbath of Sabbaths? Observed on the 10th day of the month of Tishri, it traditionally involved the ritual of the scapegoat.
Is it
Yom Kippur, possibly?
Yeah.
Should we give it?
It feels
Do we
like a
think
Sabbath
Yom
of
Kippur, Day
Sabbaths
of
'cause you
Atonement.
fast.
Yeah, I think so.
Yom Kippur?
Yom Kippur is correct, the Day of Atonement. Followers of which Indian religion ask forgiveness for misdeeds on the last day of the Pari Ushan festival? It advocates non-violence in all circumstances, and Mahavira is a central figure.
Jainism.
Jainism is correct. What practice of Roman Catholicism offers some remission of the punishment of sin? Historically, this was often in exchange for donations and was the focus of Martin Luther's 95 Theses.
Oh, it's what are they called? The things that the pardoner sells in Chaucer.
Yeah.
What are they called?
No. Not absolution.
No.
No, it's...
Pardons,
Indulgences?
Indulgences, that's it. Indulgence.
Indulgence is correct, yes. Right, a starter question now. One of the sea peoples that invaded Egypt in 1190 BCE, what people, possibly of Cretan origin, settled in the
Balliol
east...
O'Connor.
The Hyksos?
Now, you lose 5 points. Possibly of Cretan origin, settled in the eastern Mediterranean, establishing a confederacy of cities including Gaza and Ashdod. Their representatives in the Bible include Goliath and Delilah.
King's Tricks.
Philistines.
Philistine is correct, yes. These bonuses are on Irish sports venues. Firstly, born in 1823, which churchman played a leading role in both the Irish National Land League and the Gaelic League? A major sports stadium in Dublin is named after him.
Oh, is this going to be Mr. Croke? Is it Croke Park?
Yeah.
Yeah. Croke?
It was Archbishop Croke, as he was more formally known. And secondly, the major Gaelic sports stadium in Belfast is named after which diplomat who, after exposing human rights abuses in the Congo and Peru, was executed for seeking German military support for the Easter Rising?
Michael.
It's not Michael Collins, is it?
No. Well, I might have guessed that.
It's not him. But...
Yeah, Michael Collins.
No, it was Sir Roger Casement, as in Casement Park. Okay. What is the former name of the home of the Irish national rugby team? It derived from the name of the marquisate created for the Dublin-born Prime Minister, the Earl of Shelburne.
Well, it's now a particular insurance provider, which I probably shouldn't say.
I don't know what.
Your guess is as good as any of ours.
Yeah, I know, but I did know it.
Do something generic.
Irish-born Prime Minister's Wellington.
The Westmeath Stadium.
No, it was the Lansdowne Road Stadium. 10 points for this. Meaning fail in a duty or offend. What term did Parliament apply to those who assisted the King during the civil wars from 1642? In modern usage, it commonly denotes a young person involved in minor crime.
King's Triggs.
Delinquent.
Delinquent is correct. 3 questions on Kathleen Lonsdale, one of the first women to be elected a Fellow of the Royal Society. Firstly, born in 1903, early in her career, Lonsdale was research assistant to which Nobel laureate who, along with his son Lawrence, pioneered X-ray crystallography?
Pauling.
What was that?
It's not Pauling, is it?
Pauling,
father-son
Pauling.
pairs that have won Nobel Prizes.
Yeah.
I'm going to nominate you. So, nominate Weaver.
Pauling?
No, it was William Henry Bragg. Noted for her own work on the structures of penicillin and vitamin B12, which scientist described Lonsdale as appearing to own the whole of crystallography in her time?
Was that the woman who's got the billing after?
What, Franklin?
Yeah.
Did she do penicillin and B12?
I don't think so. Yeah. She did
a lot of crystallography work.
Okay, well,
all right. Franklin?
No, that was Dorothy Hodgkin. Finally, in 1929, Lonsdale used X-rays to prove definitively that the carbon atoms are coplanar and hexagonally arranged in what hydrocarbon?
Hydrocarbon's going to be
Benzene.
cyclohexane. Yeah, benzene.
Yeah.
Benzene?
Benzene is correct. We're going to take a picture round. For your picture starter, you'll see a representation of the border between 2 countries shown in isolation, along with its approximate length. 10 points if you can name the 2 countries.
King Zoo.
Russia and... Sorry.
Balliol Schofield.
France and Germany.
No, it's not. It's Argentina and Chile. There's the whole thing, as you can see. So we'll take the picture bonuses in a moment or two. 10 points at stake for this. The marches, the places in between, and occupational hazards.
Balliol O'Connor.
Rory Stewart.
Rory Stewart is correct, yes. The border between Argentina you saw a moment ago, it's one of the longest continuous land borders in the world. Your picture bonuses are 3 more of the world's longest national borders. Name the 2 neighbouring countries in each case. Firstly...
Is that like maybe the US and Canada? Is it Iran?
No, it's possibly China.
Oh, China.
Mongolia.
Yes.
Or
China and Mongolia. That
China
sounds right.
Mongolia, yeah.
China and Mongolia.
Correct. Let's see the whole thing. There we are. Secondly...
That looks a bit like Australia, but it's definitely not.
Maybe somewhere in the Central Asia, perhaps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Kazakhstan has quite a big border.
With
something.
Russia?
A lot of Kazakhstan.
Possibly, yeah.
Kazakhstan and Russia.
Or Afghanistan and Russia.
Kazakhstan and Russia.
No, it's Brazil and Bolivia. Let's see the whole thing there. And finally...
China and Russia. surely?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the right angle, isn't it?
It's massive.
Yeah.
Very long.
China and Russia?
No, that is Russia and Kazakhstan.
Oh.
That's the whole thing. Right, 10 points for this. In astronomy, what two-word term denotes an expanding shell of luminous gas expelled by a dying star?
King's Jackson.
Solar flare.
No?
Balliol Schofield.
Planetary nebula.
Planetary nebula is correct, yes. Your bonuses are on the lesser-known works of Charles Darwin. Drawing on his observations in the Pacific on HMS Beagle, Darwin's first monograph concerned, quote, the structure and distribution of what type of ecosystem?
Reefs?
He went to the Galapagos.
Yeah, it was
didn't he?
finches that he was studying, wasn't he? But that's not an
What kind of
ecosystem.
ecosystem?
What do you think
Islands?
Galapagos?
Reefs,
Marine?
reefs is probably quite good.
Marines, or like coastal.
Coastal?
Because he did like barnacles, didn't he?
Should we go for reefs? Islands?
Go coastal maybe or something. Marine, something like that.
Marine environments?
That's not specific enough. It's coral reefs.
Oh, it is reefs.
Secondly, other early works by Darwin focus on the geology of South America and offer support for the uniformitarian theories of which of Darwin's mentors, the author of Principles of Geology?
This Charles Lyell?
Oh,
Could be.
yeah.
He's definitely
Yeah,
on
right.
it.
Yeah.
Go for
Or Lyell?
Charles Lyell is correct. And finally, Darwin's next major work after The Origin of Species was a case study of natural selection in which plant family, which includes the vanilla genus?
Vanilla, Is it not an orchid, is it?
Orchid? That sounds right.
guess.
Orchids?
It is orchids, yes. Well done, 10 points for this. In US history, what alliterative name was given to the federal legislature of the original 13 states?
King's Tricks.
Continental Congress.
Continental Congress is correct. 3 questions on Shakespeare's Henry VIII, generally thought to have been a collaboration with John Fletcher. Farewell, a long farewell to all my greatness. Which character says these words on learning of the forfeiture of his property and land in Henry VIII? The historical figure on whom he is based died in 1530.
Is this Wolsey? 'Cause-
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would make this.
Cardinal Wolsey.
It is Cardinal Thomas Wolsey. In the same scene, Thomas Cromwell tells Wolsey that which man has replaced him as Lord Chancellor, evoking the response, that's somewhat sudden, but he's a learned man.
Shakespeare got his history right?
Sometimes.
All right. More?
It is St Thomas More or Sir Thomas More. About whom does Shakespeare's Wolsey remark, there was the weight that pulled me down, all my glories, in that one woman I have lost forever.
Yeah. Anne Boleyn.
I guess so.
Boleyn.
Anne Boleyn is correct, or Anne Boleyn is she is in the play. Time for a music round. For your music starter, you're going to hear a piece of popular music. For 10 points, I want you to tell me the name of the group performing.
Wake up, little Susie, wake up. Wake up, little Susie, wake up.
King's Tricks.
The Mamas and the Papas.
No.
Sorry.
Balliol, anybody want to buzz? Anyone got the faintest idea from this ancient music?
No.
It's the Everly Brothers. All right. 10 points for this starter question. Music bonuses in a moment or two. At a little less than 1% of dry air, what is the most common noble gas in Earth's
King
atmosphere?
Zoo.
Neon.
No, it's not. You lose 5 points.
Balliol Schofield.
Argon.
Argon is correct, yes. So you'll recall that we heard Wake Up Little Susie by... Oh, well, none of you recognised Wake Up Little Susie by the Everly Brothers. It was written by the husband and wife songwriting team Felice and Boudler Bryant. And for your bonuses, you're going to hear 3 more songs written by the Bryants. In each case, please name the artist performing.
Oh dear.
Oh, no.
Firstly,
Wish that I was on a rocky top down in the Tennessee.
And then, is it Tammy Wynette or Dolly Parton?
Should I go for that? Tammy Wynette?
no, that is Dolly Parton.
Oh, we nearly got
sorry.
one.
This is going to be a long evening, isn't it? Secondly,
Tammy Wynette.
No, that's Roy Orbison. And finally,
The sun is out, the sky is blue. There's not a cloud to spoil the view.
I feel like these are all older than me.
Dean Martin or someone like that?
Nominate Crowther.
Is it Dean Martin?
no, it's not Dean Martin, it's Buddy Holly. 10 points for this. The history of economic analysis and business cycles are among the works of which economist born in the Austro-Hungarian Empire? He is noted for
Balliol
popular...
O'Connor.
Schumpeter.
Schumpeter is correct, yes. At least you know the important stuff. Your bonuses are on pairs of authors with similar names. In each case, give 2 surnames from the descriptions. All 3 pairs of answers begin with the same 2 letters. Firstly, 2 poets born in the 1590s. One wrote the collection Hesperides. The other was a clergyman associated with the metaphysical poets.
Is one of them John Donne?
John
and... Yeah.
Philip Sidney.
No, it's got to begin with D-O. then,
Yeah.
if one's done.
Similar names. So Dunn and Dunning, for example.
Yeah,
Dunn
that
and-
sounds good. Dunning sounds quite good.
No, it's...
Do we know any poets
Dunner?
beginning with D-O?
No.
Dunn and Dunning.
No, it's Robert Herrick and George Herbert. Secondly, the German poet who wrote the 1827 Book of Songs and the Nobel laureate who wrote Steppenwolf and Siddhartha.
So
Goethe and...
no, Steppenwolf is it Hermann Hesse?
Oh, yeah.
And
Hess and...
Hasse?
Or...
Try
Are you
Hesse and
sure it's
Hasse.
Hess and not Gunter Grass?
I think
No, it's definitely not Gunter Grass.
Try Hesse and Hasse then, maybe.
Hesse and Hasse.
It's Heine and Hesse.
And Hesse.
And finally, which 2 20th century authors am I thinking of? One wrote Catch-22, the other's stage works include The Children's Hour and The Little Foxes.
Well, Hella.
Salinger.
No, Hella wrote Catch-22.
Hella wrote
Yeah.
Catch, yeah.
Oh, Hella.
Hella.
No, it's got to be
Helen.
H-E.
Helling.
Helling.
Children's Hour, that's familiar.
Helling sounds like a good name for a playwright.
Hella? Is it? No, not Hella and Hella. Hella and Helling.
No, it's Joseph Heller and Lillian Hellman. 10 points for this. Which book of the Bible concerns an attempt by the courtier Haman to bring about a massacre of the...
Balliol Crowther.
Esther.
Esther is correct. 3 questions on mathematics in the 1830s. In 1837, which German mathematician proved an eponymous theorem on prime numbers using his L series? Its result had earlier been conjectured by Gauss.
Right, well, hang on. Riemann did not prove it because that's the hypothesis. Poincare, I don't know, is German.
German, he's French.
What's the other one that got proved? Oh, Goldbach? Try Goldbach.
Goldbach?
I don't know.
Okay, I think that's still unsolved, though.
No, that is... I was going to say Gauss.
Should we just try Riemann?
Yeah.
Riemann.
No, it's Dirichlet. In an 1837 work on the verdicts of trials, which French mathematician formulated the discrete probability distribution that has since been named after him?
Pascal, I think. No, it could be Poisson. That's a discrete. I was going to say
Poisson
Poisson.
sounds like
Poisson is a distribution.
Poisson.
Poisson is correct. Noted for his contributions to higher algebra, which mathematician died in a duel in Paris in 1832?
This is Galois.
Galois, yeah.
Yes.
Galois.
Galois is correct. 10 points for this. The binomial system of biological nomenclature is named after which Swedish naturalist?
Balliol O'Connor.
Linnaeus.
It is Linnaeus, yes. You get 3 bonuses on Welsh castles. In 1986, UNESCO designated 4 castles in North Wales as part of a World Heritage Site under a title referring to which English king?
One of the Edwards?
Yeah, it could be an early
III?
Edward, yeah.
Edward the second? Edward the third?
Third?
Edward the third?
That was Edward I, castles and town walls of King Edward in Gwynedd. Said to echo the design of the walls of Constantinople, the castle and walls of which town on the Menai Strait are part of the World Heritage Site?
Oh, the Menai Strait is Anglesey.
Yeah,
Anglesey.
so...
What town?
Isn't Holly...
Carnarvon, there's a castle there. Should we get...
Wait, is that... What's Holyhead's in Anglesey, but it's not on...
Yeah, no, it's not.
Bangor... Oh...
Should we go for
I think it's
Carnarvon?
Carnarvon.
Go for Carnarvon.
Carnarvon.
Correct.
Yeah.
In 1290, Edward I's chief architect, James of St George, became the constable of which castle built by him on a crag overlooking Cardigan Bay?
I don't really know
It's
many
in the
Welsh castles.
south.
Carrick-Kennen? Caernarfon?
No, that's the same. That's what we just said.
Any other Welsh castles?
No, it's, you know what a Welsh castle?
Carrick-Kennen?
No, it's Harlech. 10 points for this. One of the earlier collectors of the work of Paul Cézanne, which doctor was the subject of portraits by his patient?
Balliol Crowther.
Dr. Gachet.
Dr. Gachet is correct. Well done. Your bonuses are on the artist Laura Knight. From 1907, Laura Knight and her husband Harold were leading figures at which artist colony in Cornwall, close to Penzance?
Newlyn.
Oh, okay, not saying that.
Nominate Crowther?
Is it Newlyn?
Newlyn is correct. Knight's 1943 commission, entitled Ruby Loftus Screwing a Breech Ring, portrays a young woman engaged in a skilled operation on what piece of industrial machinery?
Is it something to do with bomb making? I think it's like because she was a war artist, so
Right.
What's an
making
industrial
armaments.
machinery, though? It's going to be a piece of machinery.
Yeah.
Try. What about a loom?
No, it's armaments
Conveyor
manufacturer.
belt.
I'm pretty sure.
What would you call it? This sort of thing.
I don't know.
Should we just get for bomb?
Conveyor belt's not too bad.
Conveyor belt, okay.
That's a piece of machinery.
Conveyor belt?
No, it's lathe. She was working on a lathe. Based on observation in 1946, Knight's depiction of what event includes white-helmeted military police, seated figures with headphones, and a background of ruins and rubble?
It's like a 6.
Blitz?
So it's,
Yeah,
it
it's
could be.
a sort of bombing thing, maybe.
It's the
bombing of
one
Dresden?
Or St Paul's
Or
Cathedral.
Coventry.
St Paul's Cathedral?
Coventry.
Coventry Cathedral?
Could be.
The bombing of Coventry Cathedral?
No, it's the Nuremberg trials. We're going to take another picture round. For your picture starter, you're going to see a painting. For 10 points, name the artist.
Balliol O'Connor.
Rubens?
It is Peter Paul Rubens' Venus Dream Goodbye of Thorn. During the 2020 lockdown, the Yorkshire Museum launched a series of curator battles where museums use social media to present their best works on a given theme. One such theme was Best Museum Bum, with the Rubens starter being the USC Fisher Museum's offering. Your picture bonuses are 3 more contenders for this particular battle. First, this is a detail of a major work by which French artist?
Ooh, that looks. This
David?
looks.
It looks a bit.
It's
yeah,
classical.
It's that kind of period, isn't
Give
it?
it
Did he
David.
paint classical?
Go for David.
Or
Yeah,
Delacroix?
No,
David.
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 It is by David, yes. It's the intervention of the Sabine women at the Louvre. Secondly,
That's familiar.
It's very
Degas.
blue.
Looks like a Degas, but
Yeah.
doesn't usually paint men.
Maybe like
Other impressionists of that era?
maybe he took a break and decided to paint a man for
Could be a
once.
self-portrait.
Could be Degas.
Go for it.
Oh, I don't think it is, but Degas.
no, it's Gustav Caillebotte, man at his bath from Boston. And finally, this selection.
Hokusai Hiroshige. Roughly
Yeah,
the 2 Japanese artists I know of.
Yeah.
Hokusai?
Try.
Hokusai?
Hokusai is correct. 10 points for this. Represented by the middle letter of the abbreviation QAM, what value in physics describes the maximum displacement of a point of a
Kings
wave?
Jackson.
Amplitude?
Amplitude is correct, yes. You get 3 questions on the author and translator Julia Lovell. A 2019 work by Lovell concerns which revolutionary ideology named after a national leader who died in 1976?
76.
1976.
When did Mao die?
1976, yeah.
So the
Maoism.
ideology was asked, right?
Maoism.
So Maoism.
Maoism is correct. In 2009, Lovell published The Real Story of RQ and Other Tales of China, a translation of fiction by which leading Chinese author who died in 1936?
Any ideas? Do you know?
1936. Sun Yat-sen.
Sun Yat-sen?
No, it's Lu Xun. Subtitled Drugs, Dreams and the Making of China, a 2011 work by Lovell concerns which 19th century conflict?
The Opium War.
Opium War.
It was the first Opium War, in fact. 10 points for this. An important component of lipids, what two-word term denotes a straight chain of an even number of carbon atoms with a carboxyl at the end and hydrogen atoms along the rest?
Kingsweaver.
Fatty acid.
Fatty acid is correct. Your bonuses are on winners of the Academy Award for Best Picture. In each case, give the title of the film from the date of its release and the author of the source material on which it's based. Firstly, 2013 and Solomon Northup.
That's 12 Years a Slave, isn't it?
Yeah.
12 Years a Slave?
You need the author as
12 Years a Slave is correct. Secondly, 1948 and William Shakespeare.
Big Shakespearean films.
Chimes at midnight, maybe?
Chimes?
Chimes.
Chimes at midnight.
No, it was Hamlet. And finally, 1963 and Henry Fielding.
Any ideas?
Henry Fielding? No.
60s films.
The Graduate.
Yeah, all right, The Graduate.
No, it's Tom Jones.
Okay.
10 points for this. The name of what taxonomic rank appears in the last words spoken by Shakespeare's Richard III?
King's Tricks.
Kingdom.
Kingdom is correct, yes. A horse my kingdom to a horse. 3 questions on physics. In physics and chemistry, what letter is conventionally used to denote atomic number?
Is that
A.
A? A.
No, it's Z. Also conventionally labelled capital Z, what quantity measures the opposition of a circuit to the passage of current?
Oh, that's...
Resistance.
Yeah. Resistance?
It's impedance. In the standard model of particle physics, which fundamental force is carried in part by the Z boson?
Strong, maybe?
Power. Yeah, strong.
Strong?
No, it's the weak nuclear force. Right, 10 points for this. In December 1961, the basketball player Robert Kessler, dressed as Santa Claus... And at the gong, Balliol College have 145, King's College London have 95. Well, you didn't quite break 100, but you did pretty well, Kings. You're going to have to come back again and repeat the ordeal. If you win, you've got to win again in order to go through. And Balliol, I'm afraid, even with a winning score of 145, you're going to have to come back and win again, too, in order to go through to the semis. But thank you both very much for taking part. I hope you can join us next time for another quarter-final match. But until then, it's goodbye from King's College London.
Goodbye.
Bye.
It's goodbye from Balliol College Oxford.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.